Alright, well, he's back, y'all. Here we go. Yo, what's going on? What's everybody making that face for? I haven't been watching the trial. Nobody's been telling me nothing.
Marlon Rimes, you are under suspicion for the attempted murder of the orca.
I see. Well, if it's already out. Oh, shit. He's just gonna fucking admit it right away? Mr. Rimes? Is he really gonna admit it? Fine. I'll tell you the truth. Damn. Alright. Here we go. The truth. He's gonna spit it, y'all. Sasha's lying to protect that orca. At 3:30 a.m. on the 20th, there was still water in the orca pool. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the show pool, homie. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam into the water. Wait, what? The Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam into the water? What? So I thought the orca should pay the consequences. So he's implying that he knew the whale killed the captain, so he wanted to kill the whale too. That's what he's implying right now.
Now we're back to the orca again.
Oh my god. I did not see that testimony coming. Now wait just 1 minute. Just what the heck is going on around here? Yesterday Orla was proven innocent. Besides, you said Orla was in the show pool during the cleaning. Oh shit. That's gonna mean something. I didn't want to sell Sasha out. That's why I didn't tell the truth, you know. Orla, you seismic toss. Yeah, basically. Shit. But the fact is, all three of us, the captain, Sasha, and me, were cleaning the pool room. Oh my god. Stop your lying, bro. Why you fucking lying? Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Stop fucking lying. But Mr. Crab and Miss Buckler both said that you were at the show stage. Well, the only thing Dr. Crab knew about the cleaning was what I told him. I didn't give him a whole lot of details neither. Maybe he misunderstood. And Sasha's lying to protect the orca. She can't tell the truth. Sasha put blood on the skull rock herself to make a fake blood stain, you know. I think it's pretty brave of her. Let herself get arrested to protect the orca, you know. Dude, none of that happened. You're just making shit up, like, off the top of your head. Out your asshole. Mr. Rimes, how can you lie like that? It's the truth, man. Besides, wouldn't it be better for you if I wasn't lying? If the orca did it, you win your case. What?
This is all very hard to believe. But if Mr. Rimes' story is true, Ms. Buckler would be innocent, and the orca would be the killer.
But the orca's not the killer, bro. See, here's the thing. He wants the orca dead because he blames the orca for Azura's death, right? That's the idea. He blames the whale for her death. He's the boyfriend. It's all obvious now, right? Like, now it's all obvious. At this point, it's all obvious. Now we just gotta get there, right? Meaning if we turned our backs on Orla, we could save Sasha. Nah. Having a witness lie to save your own client. What a dirty, underhanded tactic, right, Dono?
Objection!
Yesterday, the defense proved Orla was not guilty. We have no intention of going back on our assertions now. What are you saying, Mr. Bright? All you gotta do is admit the orca did it and Sasha goes free, man. Isn't a lawyer supposed to act in his client's best interest? But that wouldn't be acting in her interest. Ms. Buckler believes Orla is innocent. And we, of course, believe that Ms. Buckler herself is innocent, too. Acting in the client's best interest is an important part of our job as lawyers. Using dirty means to win a verdict would destroy our client's faith in us. That's right. We believe in both Ms. Buckler and Orla's innocence. Huh? I just don't understand how you can treat a human and an orca equally, man. Sasha or the orca, you can only say one of them. Ha ha ha. I don't know about that, little bitch. I think I could save them both, and all I have to do is disprove your testimony, which is full of bullshit. All of it. The whole thing. Oh yeah? Then go ahead and try, homie. Oh, I'll do just that. If I can't tear down his testimony, I won't be able to save both of them. I have to find a weak spot and start tearing. Tear that shit to pieces, baby. Let's press it all. Alright, you fuck. The truth. Sasha's lying to protect that orca. Wait, sorry, go back. At 3:30 a.m. on the 20th, there was still water in the pool. Okay, hold on. Let's just start. She's lying? Yeah, right. No, she's not. What exactly do you claim Miss Buckler is lying about? Sasha put that bloodstain on the skull rock and the stuff herself. That's false evidence, homie. She left fake traces to try and save the orca.
Objection!
Witness, if you keep talking nonsense, I will seal your mouth shut. The defense supports the prosecution's idea. But Mr. Wright, my testimony only helps your client. You ought to be happy, man. I want to say both Orla and Miss Buckler. I won't accept anything less. Now that that's understood, please continue with your testimony. Fine. Whatever. Suck it. 3:30 a.m. On the 20th, there was still water in the pool.
Hold it!
When the victim was killed, how much water was in the pool? It was before the pool was drained for the cleaning, man, so it was full. You went into the orca pool room and saw this yourself? Dr. Crab said that you were at the show stage.
Objection!
But it's possible that Dr. Crab was misinformed or that he misunderstood. The witness already explained this. Why are you taking this meaningless tack? If you want to play games, Taka here would be more than happy to play with you. We better be careful how we press the witness. Taka's watching us like a hawk. Because he is a hawk? Witness, continue. Alright. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the show pool. Press it.
Hold it!
So you're saying the incident took place before the cleaning began? Yeah, I guess so. The captain, Sasha, and I, we're going to do the cleaning together. It's much more efficient than trying to have just one person do it alone, you know? In the defense's case, however, more lawyers means simply more lawyers, nothing more. What? You're one to talk. All you have on your side is a cantankerous bird.
What about me? I'm up here all alone.
That's kind of the point, Judge. Huh? Are you people dumb, man? You need the witness to keep you focused. For shame, right, Dono? Hey, I was the only one who kept my mouth shut. Yeah, I was gonna say, he's the only one who didn't say a word. Everybody else was fucking talking shit. Anyway, the incident happened in the orca pool before the cleaning got started, homie. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam to the water. This is the weird one, right? Like, I get it. She has a trick where she can do that, but very unlikely.
Hold it!
Can an orca even do that? Send a person flying up into the air like that? Yup, of course. I seen orcas bashing seals 60 feet into the air. So naturally, Orla could do that to the captain, too.
What a frightening thought. And you mentioned it so casually, Mr. Rhymes.
Well, what else can I say? It's the truth. Mr. Rhymes is claiming that Orla killed the victim by sending him flying into the air? But would something like that even be possible in the orca pool room? There's something about that statement that bothers me.
And so you witnessed the moment the victim was killed by the orca, is that right?
Exactly. Yes, that's why this is all bullshit. Now he's just talking about it. Anyway, I thought the orca should pay for the consequences. Okay, press this fool. And that's why you put the sleeping drug in Orla's food. Ahoy! Yo, 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 ho! Sasha could be found guilty if you let her be, but if the orca died, Sasha could go free. Word. I thought if the orca was already dead, Sasha might tell the truth and free herself, you know? It might seem cruel, but a man killing an animal has to be put down. The culprit must have tried to do away with Orla because she was a witness to the crime. But if Mr. Rhymes is the culprit, why would he try to protect Sasha? I'm sensing some very complex emotions from Mr. Rhymes. I need more information before I can do a proper analysis. If I'm going to tear down his testimony, then I guess I have to present evidence. Of course, we don't believe Mr. Rhymes' testimony, but he's suggesting the murder took place in the orca pool. Unless we can disprove that, we won't be able to save both Orla and Sasha. Alright. You could just imagine having to translate all these raps into other languages. Oh, I'm sure that was fun to do for the translation team. Alright, so this is probably where we gotta press or present something. That he bashed him 30 feet in the air. That just feels like, no. You know what I mean? Like, do we have an idea of what tricks this dude can do? Or this orca can do? Because, I mean, he thought to fall from 65 foot tall, fall into the pool. You're presuming that he fell 30 feet plus 65, so about 100 feet, right to the ceiling is the 100 feet. I mean, does the autopsy tell me exactly, like, because the 65-foot fall? The autopsy tells me that you didn't slam into the water. If you fall 30 feet into water, you're not likely to die. I'm not saying you wouldn't die, but I'm saying you're not likely to die. You'd have to hit pretty wrong to die. I don't think a 30-foot drop into water would instantly kill you. I'm just going to say it's the autopsy. Or whatever. Whatever says 30 feet high. Yeah, the autopsy, this one. Yeah.
Objection!
It doesn't make any sense. When lies are piled on top of each other, contradictions start to emerge, bitch. This time is no different. Are you saying there's some kind of inconsistency in my testimony, homie? Testimony, homie? That's exactly what I'm saying, bitch. You claim that the victim was sent flying about 30 feet into the air. But the autopsy report shows the apparent cause of death is to be from a 65-foot fall. What? Additionally, in your testimony a moment ago, you said at 3:30 a.m. on the 20th there was still water in the orca pool. With the pool being 65 feet deep, there's only 30 feet between the water and the ceiling. So there you go. Boom, bang, bam. If the pool was full of water, as you claimed, it would be impossible for the victim to fall about 65 feet, as the autopsy states. Ah, shit, dog! I'm a liar and I knew it! Mr. Rimes claimed he was in the orca pool room so he could make these statements. But the truth must be he was at the show stage, just as Dr. Crab and Sasha testified.
I believe that brings us back around to the orca didn't do it.
Exactly. I didn't believe the witness's testimony from the outset. He's a fucking liar. I am grateful to you, Right Donor, for shutting the witness up. As I thought, the only person who could have killed the victim is Sasha Buckler. That fact still remains, whether the witness was the one who tried to kill the orca or not. Son of a... Mr. Rimes was right about one thing. His testimony was advantageous to our case. But pointing out the contradiction in his statement will only drive us into a corner.
As Prosecutor Blackwell said, suspicion against Ms. Buckler is now deepened.
Uh-oh. If I don't do something fast, the judge is going to find Sasha guilty. Mr. Wright, isn't there anything we can do? There has to be a way to prove Sasha's innocent. At a time like this, the thing to do is turn my thinking around. Well, we already decided that the kill did not happen in the orca pool room. At least I already decided. I don't know if Phoenix decided that, but I'm thinking that's where he's going with this. Instead of trying to prove that Sasha couldn't have done it, I have to think about what made it possible for somebody else to have done it. There you go. As long as the crime scene is the orca pool room, then Sasha's the only one who could have committed the crime. No need for pity, your baldness. Just finish him off with a swift verdict.
It appears the defense has no objections.
Nope.
Very well, I will give my
Hold it!
Yeah, hold that shit, bitch. Your Honor, please hold off on that verdict.
But you were so quiet, Mr. Wright. Do you have something to say now?
The defense has a counter-argument.
You do?
Yeah. Pitiful. Such desperation. You look pale. Are you sure you're prepared to make this counter-argument? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. I'll never forget those words no matter how many years go by. Even though it's probably just a bluff, I'll give it to him with a smile! What if the scene of the crime was somewhere else?
The scene of the crime?
Somewhere else? What? What? You're finding fault with the police investigation now? As I understand it, the prosecution's argument is as follows. The scene of the crime was the orca pool room. Only the defendant and victim entered the room when there was no water in the pool. Therefore, only the defendant could have committed the crime. That is correct. But if the scene of the crime was not the Orca pool room, then somebody other than the defendant could have committed the crime. That's right, bitch. That's right. Pointed him super hard, Phoenix. Are you sure you know where you're going with this? I might not be too sure, but I can't back down now.
Mr. Wright, I hope that I'm wrong, but this isn't one of your bluffs by any chance.
Of course not. The judge knows me far too well.
And do you have a theory on where the actual scene of the crime was?
Yes, of course I do. Think, Phoenix, think. Think of a place other than the Orca pool room where one could fall to one's death.
Then by all means, please share your theory with the court. Where was the real scene of the murder?
It was in the show pool. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly where it was.
Take that!
The show stage pool might have been drained of water at some point as well. And so, it would be just as possible to fall to one's death there as the Orca pool. Right, Dono. What you're doing is a disgrace to your profession. I sincerely hope you have some basis for what you're suggesting. Of course I do. I will, as soon as I think of something. The victim's body was found in the Orca pool. How do you explain that?
Objection!
Easy. How about if, after the victim was killed in the show stage pool, his body was moved to the Orca pool? There you go.
How about if? What kind of presentation of your argument is that? You had better have a reasonable explanation of how the body was moved.
There's no turning back now. I have to think of a way the body could have been moved. This is so obvious to me now. Like, come on, man. Was there something at the scene that could have been used to move the body? Point at it if you see what could have been used to point the body. Yell it at the screen right now, children. I'll just point it at it with the finger. The fucking rail, the whatever you want to call it. This thing up here. This. The hoist runs between the Orca pool room and the show stage. The stretcher can be hung from the hoist to move things like Orla or the Skull Rock. I know, Phoenix over here like, yo, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. The stretcher could have also been used to move the dead body. Here we go.
Yes, if the stretcher can move the Orca or the Skull Rock, it seems likely it could also move a dead body as well.
Wow, somehow that worked. I just might be able to pull this off. If the show pool was the scene of the crime, somebody else could have done it.
Objection!
Oh god, here we go. You desperately spew conjecture, and now you even make up a crime scene? Oh, here it goes. He broke... The cuffs are off, y'all. Or at least they're broken. They're not off, but yeah. Monorail for a mono whale. But you don't have the soul of a warrior. You don't deserve to be on the battlefield. And even your fabrication is half-baked. It's a disgrace. What do you mean half-baked? The hoist can be operated from the Orca pool room only. And the only person who entered the Orca pool room was the defendant. So even if the body was moved, the only one who could have moved it was the defendant herself. Narg! Okay. This is going to be an interesting thing to have to prove.
Order. So it comes back to the defendant, no matter which pool it was.
Meaning, I can't clear Sasha either way? Sasha said she moved Orla and the Skull Rock. And I believe her. So could it be possible that she moved the body herself without being aware of it? Yeah, actually. Very much so.
Mr. Wright, do you have any objection to the prosecutor Blackwell's claim?
Do I have an objection to the claim that the defendant moved the body? You bet I do! If I don't, then I don't have anything to go off of. The defense has an objection. Huh. Alright, fine. Let's hear this objection then. Well, my objection is... Can't admit I haven't thought of one.
Mr. Wright, you just felt like saying, "Aw."
Oh, I see what it wanted me to do. I didn't think about it, but I just realized. What they wanted me to do was say I don't have an objection because she is the one. Son of a bitch. They're going to give me a strike for this. Yes, Your Honor.
Well, I just feel like giving you a penalty.
Fucking shit. I didn't really think about it enough before I clicked it a Berserker. I didn't really think about why I should have answered the other one. I should have stopped and thought about it. That was my own fault. I guess we're redoing that conversation. Whoopsies. And so the case ends. That's enough. I see no need to further prolong this trial. The defense case to overturn the prosecution claims. This court finds the defendant, Sasha Buckler, fucking guilty because you fucking suck. I should have thought about it more. That's fine. We know why it's wrong. Let's just fix it. A whale of a blunder indeed. So where's it going to put me? Oh, literally right where he chose. Yeah, I should have just reread the question. Do I have an objection to the claim that the defendant moved the body? No. Actually, I don't. I don't. And I knew that. And I don't know why I didn't read the question and then say, no, I don't have an objection to that. Because she was the one that moved the body, just unbeknownst to her. Which is what Phoenix literally said. So, anyway, sorry. I don't know why I didn't think. I got to think about it more sometimes. Sometimes I overthink. Sometimes I don't give it enough thought. Just the trials and tribulations of playing a video game like this. Anyway, I have no objections, Your Honor. Ms. Buckler must have been the one who moved the body. What?
Mr. Wright, are you admitting the defendant committed the murder?
No, no, no. I'm simply conceding that she was the only one who could have moved the body. However, I contend Ms. Buckler was not aware that that is what she was doing. The culprit made her move it, unbeknownst to her. There we go.
The defendant moved a dead body without recognizing that it was a dead body. How could that be possible?
The body was found in the orca pool. It must have been moved there somehow. I might find some kind of hint in the thing she moved with the stretcher. Okay. The culprit made Miss Buckler move the body along with this piece of evidence. I mean, it's the fucking skull rock. We already know this. And if it's not the skull rock, then... I mean, that's where the blood... This is where we found blood on. This is what got moved from... It was at the show pool area. Yeah, it had been moved from the show pool. It even says it right there. It has to be this. Also, hi, FML. Nice pink shirt. I should get one for myself. I mean, I'm sure that this shirt has been sold before. I don't know how popular of a shirt it is, but no thank you. I'm not big on wearing pink. I don't hate pink, but I don't really wear it. Not really. But alright, anyway. I'm gonna go with that. Duh. The skull rock moved, homie.
The skull rock?
Yeah. Ms. Buckler told me yesterday that she moved the skull rock when she was cleaning. The only two things Ms. Buckler moved to the orca pool are Orla and the skull rock. Skull rock. I would like to suggest that the victim's body may have been inside the skull rock, or attached to it, or however he did it.
What?
Uh-oh. Hidden inside the rock, the body could have been moved to the orca pool with the hoist. True dat. That's why Orca or Orla was bashing into it to get the captain out of there, to save him. Makes sense, right? At the show stage, Marlon Rimes loaded up the skull rock with the body inside. And then he used the walkie-talkie to let Ms. Buckler know the rock was loaded. Ms. Buckler operated the hoist from the orca pool room and moved the stretcher. Boom, boom, got him. She moved the rock without knowing the body was inside.
Do you really think there's enough space inside the skull rock to place a body?
The swashbuckler flyer indicates that it could be possible. Please focus on the question in the bottom left. Who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the skull rock? So you can definitely go in there. Anyway, what's up, FML? Oh, you decided to be a space outlaw today, but you're applying for jobs at the moment? Does that mean you're going to play more Star Wars Outlaws today? Well, have fun with that. I'll be here solving this case finally. So anyway, focus on the question on the bottom left.
Oh, it says, who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the skull rock? In that case, I suppose the rock is most likely hollow.
What's more, if the body was inside the skull rock, it explains that remaining unanswered questions.
Such as?
Please take a look at the security footage of the scene Ms. DePlume witnessed. I'm going back to this again, okay. Where did the body that Ms. DePlume saw come from? Please recall. What was Orla doing to the skull rock at this time? She was headbutting it.
Oh!
That's right. Orla's ramming released the body from the skull rock. The body had been placed inside the skull rock and moved there from the show stage. I assert that the real murder scene was, in fact, the show stage pool.
Silence.
Huh. What rubbish is this now? You don't have a single scrap of evidence.
Objection!
Oh. It's easy enough to verify what I say. Take a look inside the skull rock for yourself. You should find some kind of proof that the body was there. Blood, fibers, hair. Ah! Right, dono. So, extra evidence about to be gathered, bitch. Mr. Wright, that was incredible. You turned things around completely around. And to think, it all started with that half-baked bluff, too. Whew, that was a close one. Did you really have to add that last bit?
If the murder took place at the show stage, then who is the perpetrator?
It is naturally the person who was at the show stage. You're looking at him, baby. You're looking at him. Mr. Rhymes, weren't you the one who loaded the skull rock onto the stretcher at the show stage? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Get ready for the breakdown, y'all. Wow, Mr. Bright, that was some pretty smart brain work you did there, homie. To be honest, I never thought you could figure it out. I tried to protect myself, but I guess it came back to bite me.
Are you confessing you gave false testimony before, Mr. Rhymes? That's perjury.
Yeah. What Mr. Bright says is true. The body was inside the skull rock. And it's true the captain was killed in the show pool, too. What? He's admitting to it? He's admitting it that easily? Then who's he going to try to pin it on now? This time, I'm going to tell the whole truth about what happened that day. Alright? What kind of lies you got for me now? Biatch? The whole truth. In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up into the air. Uh-huh. Then the captain came down and slammed into the water. I can still remember the spectator screams clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked. Wait, what?
So now we're back to the orca again, I see.
If you were going to give testimony like that, why did I bother putting you on the stand? All I'm doing is telling the truth, homie. That day, Sasha wanted to do the old version of the swashbuckler spectacular. So I suggested she hide the body in the skull rock and move it to the orca pool. I was going to figure out what to do with the body after the show was over. The orca's the one that killed the captain. It wasn't me, and it wasn't Sasha. So was Mr. Rhymes' idea to hide the body in the skull rock? But if Mr. Rhymes is the culprit, why would he protect Sasha? False charges against Sasha would mean he himself would escape suspicion. So, why? Mr. Wright, how about if you leave this to me? Alright, time to go for his fucking emotions, finally. Athena, do you mean you heard something? Yep, noise. Discord in Mr. Rhymes' heart. So that means somewhere in his testimony, there's an inconsistency in his emotions. Alright, Athena, give him a good counseling session. You got it, boss. Here we go. He's like, dude, we already proved that it was impossible for him to have died like that. I know, right? That's why this guy's a fucking idiot, but we'll get there, I guess. Huh? What's this? What are you getting, Athena? This testimony is pretty complex. Feelings of deep sadness and intense anger are being called up. Those two emotions appear to be running out of control. Out of control emotions? Is that going to be a problem? We'll have to probe their cause if we want to get to his true emotions and testimony. There might even be odd or unnatural spots in his testimony that he isn't aware of. Alright, well, let's probe for the cause of this out-of-control emotions then. I'll explain how to probe. Let's find the root cause together. When you see something off in a statement, press probe. Next, point to what's causing Mr. Rhymes' out-of-control emotions. Finally, press probe Y to complete the process. When emotions are out of control, memories can be recalled incorrectly. If you still haven't found anything after all the statements and images, I'll help. Great. Alright. I'll get started comparing the statements with the images. Alright, so I remember how to do this. She's just explaining it because you might have done the DLC case before you actually played the rest of the game where you actually had to do this. So anyway, here we go. His shit's going nuts, bro! His emotions are all over the place. In the show pool, the orca shot the captain into the air. I mean, that just looks hilarious. Let's go through all the lines, though. Then the captain came down and slammed into the water. Okay. I can still remember the spectators' screams clearly. Yeah, see, this is the part, like, there was no spectators, bro. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Ms. DePlume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked. Oh, did you? I mean, that part is probably true, actually. She was trying to protect the orca. So we have to figure out which thing seems inconsistent enough to probe on. I mean, you can pick the spectators, you can pick Shipley. There shouldn't have been any spectators, right? Because the time of day. I'm gonna go with that. I doubt there were any spectators there at the show stage when the owner died, biatch. If there had been, those witnesses would have told us the true crime scene right away. Exactly. What? Oh, right. Of course. I just made a mistake, homie. Okay, wow. So that was so hard. Okay, that made the sadness subside. So maybe the spectators part was what was making him sad? I wonder why he would make that mistake saying spectators were there. How strange. The only thing I can think of is that he was mixing up one memory with another. Like, he was in a similar situation before, and it was deeply imprinted on his heart. Yeah, like maybe he was there when he saw Azura died. A situation where an orca killed somebody, and there were spectators there? Exactly. Hey, I think I know why he's mixing up his memories. The reason why Mr. Rhymes mixed up his memories is... Booyah. This one.
Take that!
This one. Mr. Rhymes, I think I know what happened. Could you have been mixing up what happened a year ago with this incident? Maybe that's why you slipped and said the owner was killed in front of spectators. What? How did you... You're right. I did see the orca kill somebody a year ago. But what about it? I was just one of the spectators. Really? Just another spectator, huh? There must be a reason why you feel great sadness about that incident last year.
Silence!
It's so obvious. He's the boyfriend. We know this. Come on, man. Stop this nonsensical scrutiny of feelings. Just present evidence to prove your point. Boss, do we have any kind of evidence that would back us up here? There is one piece of evidence that comes to mind that might explain his sadness. Well, I'm waiting. Let's see this evidence that has to do with Marlon Rhymes' sadness. I mean, the evidence of his sadness? What do we present here to have evidence for this? I mean, is the evidence just this? Like, who died? The evidence is who died, but we have to have... like... that has to do with Marlon Rhymes' sadness. His sadness is due to her being her boyfriend. Okay, so it's either this thing or it's the book again. I'm just gonna go with this thing.
Take that!
Azura Summers died in accidental death 1 year ago. This is her boyfriend's charm. There he goes. Hey, what are you doing with that charm, man? It was found in Rifle's stomach yesterday. Judging by your reaction, I believe this charm belongs to you. I guess I need to push him just a little harder to make him admit it. When Mr. Rhymes said the word charm, he was very rattled. We'd better examine this charm a little more. Good idea. Let's look inside it. Huh? What's this? A photograph? There you go. Wow. How come we didn't do this earlier? Why would you not do this earlier? You would have already been here if you would have just done this earlier. Bruh. Anyway, hey, this is Azura Summers and Marlon Rhymes. Yeah. Mr. Rhymes, you and Azura Summers were a couple, weren't you? Yeah. So what if we were a couple, man? Doesn't have anything to do with the captain's case. You believe you saw the orca kill your girlfriend. That's the cause of your sadness. Isn't that emotion of yours connected to the current case?
Silence.
Oh god, here we go. The only thing you revealed was the witness's connection to the victim of last year's incident. What does the witness's past have to do with the case at hand? I don't know yet. But we managed to pinpoint the source of his sadness. Now let's delve into who Mr. Rhymes is angry at. He's angry at the captain. In the show pool, the orca shot the captain in the air. Captain came down and slammed into the water. Info updated. I can still remember the captain's dead body clearly. He's mad at the captain. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca... Oops, I didn't mean to click through that. That was an accident. Now that his out-of-control sadness has subsided, the situation is a little different. Let's think about why he was so intensely angry. I mean... Maybe he was mad at the whale? He's either mad at the whale or he's mad at the captain. Do I pick the whale or do I pick the captain? Because he's mad at both of them. I'm just going to pick the whale first, because the whale may have launched Azura into the air, and that's why she died. So let's just probe the whale, and if he's not mad at the whale, then he's mad at the orca. Or then he's mad at the captain.
Got it.
Mr. Rhymes, you're angry with Orla, aren't you? That's why he tried to kill or poison her or whatever. Angry? At an orca? Why would I be? If you think I have some reason to be mad, then show me some proof. Dude, we just talked about how your girlfriend died from this whale. Of course we have proof that Mr. Rhymes has a reason to be mad. Yeah? No. I bet that evidence we just took a look at would come in handy here. This charm indicates that you were Azura Summer's boyfriend. I'm sure you believe Orla killed your girlfriend a year ago. You lost your girlfriend, and so you've been angry at Orla. There you go. Ugh. I admit it. I'll never forget that fucking whale. Azura's dead, and the orca's still swimming around happy as a clam. I became an animal keeper just so I could prove that orca's the killer. You're right. I want that orca to pay. There. You feel good dragging up a person's past, but it still doesn't change anything. We'll see about that, bitch. I see. So it doesn't matter which one of those emotions I went for first, Berserker? I see. The spectator one is just a more obvious one, yeah. I was gonna say, there was nobody watching. That's so obvious. Anyway, he's right. I disagree. It does change things. His out-of-control emotion quieted down. Now we should be able to find out the truth behind that emotion. Alright, now we can break it down. In the show pool, the orca shot Captain into the air. Alright. So he's mad and sad. Then the captain came down and slam-jammed into the water, which he was also mad and sad about, apparently. I can still remember the captain's dead body, clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. Oh, Mr. Plume's orca. Okay, so we have to figure out... So one of these is different. So they're very consistent for these two. And that one. I feel like the anger and sadness are kind of equal here. But here the sadness is much smaller than the anger. I'm gonna go with that one. Why are you so mad here versus the other one? When we view your emotions alongside your testimony, you find that that's wrong. There really isn't anything strange here. Damn it. Okay, hold on. Let me look at it again. think maybe you're right. Let's take another look. There must be an unexpected emotion here somewhere. There was no unexpected emotions. Okay, why are you sad here, maybe? Like, why is sadness so loud here, or high here? Let's just see why he's more sad here, maybe. No. It's gotta be one of these first two, because the other ones all seem pretty consistent to me, anyway. Let me just do the mad one here, too, and see if it's one or the other here. No? Huh. Is it because he's more mad here? Like, I'm... Because here they seem equal, right? He's equally mad and sad here. Seems equally mad and sad here, too. Like, there's nothing different here. And he's equally mad and sad there, too. So it's like, should he be more mad or more sad in any of this? Like, I feel like this is the only one that makes sense, but... I picked sad already, right? Why are you not more mad here? So, okay. Now I'm confused, because... Like, should we think he's more... Should be surprised when the captain gets launched into the air? Why weren't you surprised? Okay, so Mara's coming in hot with a random tidbit about Stranger Things Season 5. Apparently they released the runtime for all the episodes, huh? For Season 5? They're all over 2 hours long, and the last episode is 2 hours and 40 minutes. Holy shit. No wonder. That's some long-ass episodes. My god. That's crazy. Literally every episode is a movie. God damn. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, sorry. Or holy carp, to be more thematically fitting with our current situation. Anyway, I cannot figure out what the hell is the inconsistency here. He freaked out here. Should he be surprised here? Is that what it is? Like, is it because you're not surprised here? Here we go. He freaked out, but he wasn't surprised. There you go. I was just thinking, like, the only other thing I can think of is there's an emotion missing in one of these statements. If he's freaked out, why is he not surprised? There we go. I figured it out, guys. I figured it out. When Ms. DePlume witnessed the orca finding the body, you freaked? Really? No, you expected that shit. What are you getting at, boy? With Ms. DePlume as a witness, Orla was guaranteed to be accused of the murder. Didn't it work out exactly as you'd hoped? In order to have Orla put down, you made sure Ms. DePlume witnessed that scene. Hell yeah, you did. You did that shit on purpose. Look at that. They added his face there. That's so funny looking. Anyway, the phone rang while I was answering your thing about the thing, Morrow. Yeah, I was just saying that's crazy how they're all like movie episode length. Like, that's crazy. We're gonna be watching. That's just crazy. I that's all I really said was that's just crazy. That's some long ass episode lengths. My goodness. All right. Well, anyway, what an add-on. He wanted that shit to happen. Hey, I basically threw a holy shit out there because that's fucking long as shit. Anyway, that's the end of this. Bye-bye. What you got to say now, Rhymes? So you figured all that out, did you?
Mr. Rhymes, are you admitting it?
I didn't really want to have to fight anybody but the orca. But you leave me no choice, homie. Oh, here we go. What the fuck? What are you drinking? Is that the fucking fish water from the chum? What the fuck? What the fuck? What is happening? What the fuck? Yeah, he just went Super Sailor, apparently. He fucking buffed up, grabbed a fish, put on a pirate hat, and now he's like, what's going on right now? That's crazy. Anyway, that's an insane episode length list there, Morrow. Yeah, good thing I've been saving that pirate voice, because I'm probably going to have to use it for this fucking guy. I mean, he's still the rapping pirate, right? Is he still going to rap? I kind of hope he still raps. Now it's time to get... I can just make him have a deeper voice. Because before I was just doing my normal voice. But now I can be deeper with it. Like, yo, now it's time to get serious, yo. Ahoy. What? Yo, yo. Yo, ho, ho. Ahoy, me, brothers. Represent. Avast. Ye grass. Eaters stay free. Take me words and pop them in your mouth. Scruffy grass. Eat yo, yo, yo. Ho, 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 ho. Bro, I'm ready for the showdown. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, I was talking tomorrow. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry we keep getting distracted in the middle of this case, but let's just get back to the Stranger Things thing real quick. I was talking tomorrow about this yesterday or the day before, whenever we talked about it. Like, Game of Thrones' final season should have just had 2-hour-plus episodes. If you're going to make it shorter anyways, it's the end of the show. Might as well just make all the episodes super fucking long. Now, I think the final season of Game of Thrones, they were longer episodes, but they should have just went with the Stranger Things, like, you know, rule of thumb and just made that shit long as fuck. Make them all movie length fucking, length. Don't need to trim it down. But anyway, this transformation is fucking nuts. He rapped too fast for me to keep up, by the way. He does go full pirate at this point, so I should be rhyming like a pirate. All right, fine. Fine, we'll do the pirate voice. Here we go.
What? What's going on? Where did this pirate fellow come from?
Transformation. He looks like a completely different person. Yeah, for real though. At least he looks more like a villain now.
Order. If we don't have order, Prosecutor Blackwell will yell at us.
Oh god. Even Prosecutor Blackwell's at a loss for words. So I plan to have that wench be a witness. Ha ha! Arr, you cut me out. It be true that I thought that Orca's murderous ways should be found out. That be why I schemed to have Diploom see the body. So, you admit it? You deliberately framed Orla? Arr, it be true. But what skin be that of some anybody's nose? That Orca be a murdering scurvy dog. I may have a grudge against that Orca, but I always felt grateful toward the captain. The Orca murdered Azura and the captain. The murdered Azura and the captain, so of course she should walk the plank. Ugh, I don't have a response to that. I agree, it wouldn't make any sense for him to kill the owner. Why would he? But his hatred for Orla, on the other hand, comes through loud and clear. Wait a minute. If killing Mr. Shipley doesn't make sense, who would it make sense for Rimes to kill? Maybe my theory has been all wrong? Your Honor, I think I just became aware of a new fact.
Oh, and what is that?
Now that we know about Mr. Rimes' intense hatred of Orla, it turns the premise we've been arguing under on its ear. I will now reveal the identity of the individual Mr. Rimes meant to kill from the start. I mean, he was trying to kill the Orca. Right? Like, there's no argument there. He was trying to kill the Orca. Absolutely he was. Would make the most sense. Anyway, you don't think the problem with the final season of Game of Thrones had to do with length? At least the only problem? Oh, definitely not, Tara. The writers fucked up the entire last, 3 seasons of the show. With the direction of it. So that's why it went where it went in the end. So, it's not necessarily about the length, you're right. But the fact that it was shortened was dumb as shit. They could have let things play out a little better. They just butchered the whole ending, really. Everything that happens after the last book ends, essentially, they just ruined. The last book that currently exists, that is. But alright, anyway. I'm assuming this dude tried to kill the whale from the start. And maybe the captain tried to stop him. Maybe that's what happened. I'm going to assume he was going for the whale in the first place. Because that's who he wanted to die, right? If the whale killed his girlfriend, then he wanted the whale to die.
Take that!
It's gotta be the whale, right?
What? So the witness's intent was to kill the Orca?
Exactly. The witness's intended victim was not Jack Shipley. From the start, it was all a scheme to kill Orla. Exactly. The Orca was his true target, but Jack Shipley's the one who died. The Orca's alive and quite well. Well, he tried again and failed. Huh. He's right. He wanted to kill the Orca, and yet it was Jack Shipley who fell to his death. How did that happen? Wait a minute. What if Mr. Rhymes wanting to kill Orla was somehow connected to Mr. Shipley's death? Well, yeah, no shit it was. How else would he have died? Huh. At a loss for words, are you? What happened to your bravado of a moment ago? Enough of these reckless words, without any basis in fact.
Objection!
They aren't reckless words. The basis for my claim is that the real murder scene is at the real murder scene, the show pool. What are you talking about? It's my contention that 2 incidents happened at the show pool. The attempted murder of the orca and the victim falling to his death. First of all, in order to kill the orca, Mr. Rhymes removed something from the scene. Oh. And by doing so, he made it possible for Mr. Shipley to fall to his death.
He did what now? Mr. Wright, what did Mr. Rhymes remove in an attempt to kill Orla?
He removed the water, because then the orca couldn't have survived, right? I think that's what he's going for here. Anyway. You can understand why it's taken him so long to release Season 5 of Stranger Things now, though. It's basically 7 full-length movies. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, man, no wonder this last season of Stranger Things has taken like 3 fucking years to film and produce when they finally got working on it. It's crazy. So anyway, he must have removed the water to try and kill the whale. Because that's the only way the dude could have fell to his death anyway, too, right?
Take that!
So the water must have been removed. Don't tell me you're trying to claim he tried to kill the orca by draining the pool water. That's exactly what I'm claiming, bitch. To help the defendant with the cleaning, Marlon Rhymes took charge of Orla. With the plan to kill Orla in the show pool. And because the pool water was drained, it made it possible for Jack Shipley to fall to his death in the show pool. Yup. Got him. Oh god. The fuck? Arr! I tried to kill the orca, ye say? Can ye even prove there was nary a drop of water in the pool? That day I was simply looking after the orca. Why would I have the monstrous thought of killing it?
Objection!
You claim you were looking after Orla in the early morning hours of July 20th. But I don't think you were doing a very good job of it. After all, Orla wasn't given anything to eat during that time. Oh yeah, true. How would you know such a thing? I know because of Orla's record here in the torpedo data system. This system continuously records data on the subjects it monitors. From Orla's record, we can tell exactly when she ate, or didn't eat. Sink me! Nobody ever told me about that dastardly contraption. Only a few of the ship-shape aquarium staff knew about this system. According to Orla's record, she never ate in those early morning hours of the 20th. You planned to kill Orla, and that's why you didn't feed her.
Silence!
You're wasting time. What proof do you have of that? Perhaps the orca simply wasn't hungry. Ah, he's right. I don't have any proof. If Orla simply didn't eat, then that would create an inconsistency. Where did her fish go? Her fish? Good question. Where did it disappear to? Fish, what does it matter? What relevance does it have to the case? Cease this stalling with inconsequential questions. Stop delving into the depths of the orca's stomach and delve into the case instead.
Objection!
Shut the fuck up, man. But wait, it may seem like a small inconsistency, but it's an issue of great importance, I think.
What are you driving at, Mr. Wright?
How could the fish disappear? Somebody must have eaten it. So who came to the show stage and ate Orla's fish? I think I might have a pretty good idea. I believe there must have been a visitor to the show stage that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice. Visitor? Are you trying to introduce yet another suspect at this 11th hour? If you utter more of your careless remarks, Taka won't look favorably upon it. I don't plan to utter any careless remarks, bitch. Whether the remarks will actually be related to the case or not, I don't yet know. Don't worry, boss. If Taka comes this way, I'll fend him off. But do try to keep your remarks careful. Somehow Orla's fish disappeared. Somebody must have visited the show stage, but who? This was this visitor to the show stage. That's what I was gonna say. It's the fucking penguin. It's the penguin, bro. I'm surprised they didn't make me pick it from the court record, but I was gonna say the penguin definitely would take somebody's fish. I believe Rifle the penguin visited the show stage. The reason why we know that is because he ate the charm. Yeah, see, right? It was the penguin after all. I knew it.
First an orca, now a penguin.
Why would ye be saying such a thing, Mr. Lawyer? I didn't see Rifle during the wee early morning hours. Do ye have any proof Rifle visited the show stage? If ye be a lawyer of any sort, show me your evidence. The bottom of Rifle's feet were pink for some reason. That fact is a clue that Rifle was indeed at the show stage? I have to present that piece of evidence that connects Rifle to the show stage? Not to prove I'm a lawyer worth my salt. This is the proof that Rifle visited the show stage. Wait a second, his feet were pink? I didn't even take any notice of this before. Wow. Well, now we know why his feet were pink. He literally walked on the sign. I honestly in my brain I was like, it's because he ate this. And so he must have been around, so he ate the dude's thing. But if his feet were pink, which I totally don't remember that, by the way. That was like information we learned probably at the very beginning of this case. Holy shit. That's so funny. Alright. Penguin feet on the sign.
Oh my, what a cute little sign. Look at all those adorable stars.
These stars are actually starfish. Ms. Buckler painted this sign. Except for the two that aren't starfish. In the early morning hours of the 20th, she left this sign at the show stage to dry. Mr. Rimes kept an eye on the sign for Ms. Buckler while the paint was drying. I see. Aye, that be true. But what be your point? On this sign is proof that Rifle visited the show stage.
Proof of the penguin's visit? I'm afraid I don't see it.
Oh, you don't?
Where is the proof that the penguin visited the show stage? Please point it out.
Easy. Defeat Prince, dog. A couple of pink starfish are shaped a little differently from the others, huh?
Ah, you're right. They look almost like little leaves.
Rifle had pink paint on the bottom of her feet. These little leaf-like shapes on this sign are actually Rifle's footprints. Rifle made these footprints by walking on the sign before it was dry.
Ho ho! What cute little penguin prints! Little pink penguin prints.
So there are footprints. What of them? Marlon Rimes was watching over the sign at the show stage while the paint dried, and during that time the penguin paid a visit. According to the torpedo data system, we know that Rifle ate something that morning of the 20th. Most likely Rifle ate the fish meant for Orla that was at the show stage. Orla's snack was a small quantity of fish. Even a penguin could have eaten it all. Begad! Rifle ate Orla's fish. Who be ye to say Rifle ate Orla's fish? She could have picked up food anywhere. But that doesn't change the fact that I really was at the show stage. After all, I had helped move the skull rock. It couldn't have been moved without me. The witness claims he never saw the penguin. How do you explain this contradiction? Both Mr. Rimes and Rifle were at the show stage, but Mr. Rimes didn't see her. So where could Mr. Rimes have been at that time? Right, Dodo. If you aren't up to the task, I can disprove this witness's testimony for you. If I leave it to Prosecutor Blackwell, Sasha will be declared guilty. Can't let him interrupt this line of reasoning. Mr. Wright, let's try to figure out how things looked when Rifle came to the show stage. Mr. Rimes was at the show stage keeping an eye on Orla and the sign. And we know it must be true because he helped move the skull rock. And then Rifle came in and walked over the sign. But wouldn't Mr. Rimes notice Rifle if he was right there? Well, let's think about where Mr. Rimes could have been. Is there a place in the show stage area from where Rifle couldn't have been seen? Yeah, the fucking pool.
Take that!
What? Inside the pool? But you're right. If he was inside the pool, he wouldn't have noticed Rifle. Are you saying Mr. Rhymes was underwater the whole time Rifle was eating? No, not underwater. When I think about it, he was trying to... When I think about what he was trying to do, the answer is clear. Now I'm finally starting to get the whole picture. He was in the pool, so he didn't see the fucking... Yeah, anyway. Huh, just like yesterday. Must you two always be whispering to each other? Why don't you admit that resorting to a penguin will get you nowhere?
Objection!
Oh, I don't know about that. The fact that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice Rifle is such a small inconsistency. But it's a key point that proves what Mr. Rhymes was trying to do. The penguin is a key point. The show stage pool is very deep. If Rifle came to visit while Mr. Rhymes was at the bottom of this pool, he would have never noticed Rifle. Arrgh. Orcas can be out of water for a short time without sustaining damage, but if they're out of water for a long time, they weaken and eventually die. In order to kill Orla, Mr. Rhymes had to drain the pool. And while the pool was drained of water, Mr. Shipley fell to his death. The show stage pool is about 65 feet deep, just like the Orca pool. Without water in the pool, a person could be made to fall 65 feet. There you go. Mr. Rhymes probably wondered what to do. If he continued with his plan to kill Orla, how would he dispose of Mr. Shipley's body? So he devised a plan to kill two birds with one stone.
What? How?
Mr. Rhymes went down to the bottom of the pool and put the victim's body in the rock. He then had Ms. Buckler move the rock and the body together.
Silence!
Ba 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 ba. And the witness made the defendant do this somehow without rousing her suspicion. That's right. Mr. Shipley told Miss Buckler that she couldn't perform in the new show. Ms. Buckler became upset and wanted to switch back to the old version of the show. So Mr. Rhymes conveniently suggested that she take and hide a prop for the new show. Mr. Rhymes then manipulated Orla using her singing and lifesaver tricks. Absolutely. He schemed to have Orla find the body while Ms. DePlume would be standing witness. He saddled Orla with the false charge of murder so that Orla would be put down. There you go. What? Arr. Rar. Grr.
So the fact that the witness didn't see the penguin
shows that when Rifle visited the show stage, Rhymes was putting the body in the rock. At the bottom of the pool, that is.
Who would have thought the presence of a penguin could prove the witness's actions?
It's working. Just a little further now, and Sasha will be proven not guilty.
Silence!
Oh, God. What do you want now? Don't be mad, because I'm right, bitch. If you think you've won this battle, you are sorely mistaken. Your theory is based on the notion that the witness could manipulate the orca. Witness, can you control the orca's actions? Of course not. What kind of bilge be that? I beat what a simple animal keeper.
If my memory serves, wasn't Ms. Buckler the only one who could issue commands to the orca?
Oh, don't worry. We have a way around this one, too. The judge's blade is sharper than the lawyer's. If you wish to do battle with a witness, you'll need a honed blade. Where is your sword of evidence that Marlon Rhymes could manipulate the orca? I have it, actually. Thank you very much. Ah! I have this. Just let me do it. Let me present it. I already have this. I have the answer to y'all claims right now. Rhymes had to have manipulated Orla in order for his plan to work. But how can I prove it?
Well, it appears this line of reasoning has become unsustainable.
Objection!
Nah.
Well, it appears that I was mistaken.
Athena? I've analyzed the hearts of all kinds of people. I have enough experience to see when I look into your heart that you haven't given up. So that objection was my way of speaking up for your heart. What? She's right. She's right. When would I become a lawyer again? Why would I become a lawyer again only to give up? I have to keep fighting. Athena, thank you. With your help, I've remembered the old right way. The right way? Hell yeah, brother. Your Honor, I'm not finished with presenting my argument.
Do you have anything else to ask this witness?
You've cross-examined all the witnesses and presented all your evidence.
Objection!
No, I haven't. All the witnesses? I don't think so. I haven't cross-examined the most important one, the central figure in both cases. The central figure? The one involved in not only the case a year ago, but this current case too. I've never called her as a witness, but it's time to do so now.
Who are you talking about? I demand you tell the court immediately. Who is this central figure in both cases?
Well, guys, you knew it was coming eventually, right? We had to call the whale to the stand. The central figure in both cases, the whale, because Sasha wasn't a part of the case from a year ago, at least not that we, were told about. So indeed, the right way means let's summon a creature to be part of this case. So silly. Anyway, back to the Stranger Things thing real quick. Apparently there's going to be 8 episodes. So you had the episode number wrong, Morrow. And the last one's going to be 3 fucking hours. Holy shit. That is a lot of fucking length of episodes. My goodness. This is the way. The right way. Ventura. Phoenix Ventura. No, it's Ace. Ace Wright. Alright, anyway, let's just do it. It's the fucking whale, bro.
Take that!
The defense calls the central figure in both cases Orla the Orca.
You intend to cross-examine an orca?
Arr, cross-examine an orca. Ye must be addled. It be impossible, says I. We'll see about that, motherfucker.
Silence!
This absurdity is beyond the pale. How do you expect to question orca, a creature incapable of speech?
Objection!
Orla is intricately involved in this case. I have every right to cross-examine her. Oh my god. Besides, even if she can't speak, I think cross-examining her will be invaluable. Very well. Do what you will then. But if you fail to garner anything from this little exercise with the orca, I hope you realize the reward for your efforts will be the defendant's guilty verdict. That's fine, bitch. I'm ready and confident, motherfucker. So, cross-examining Orla, huh? That was a bold move, boss. Now all we have to do is figure out how Mr. Rhymes manipulated Orla. It's so obvious. Couldn't we have just brought it up? Do we have to bring Orla into this to prove it? That's right. Now it's Orla's turn to help us save Sasha.
An orca defendant yesterday and an orca witness today. This is truly unprecedented. But even though this is highly unusual, I'm prepared to allow it. Bailiff, ready the witness telecast. We'll have a 10-minute recess while the telecast is being set up.
Indeed. This has been a fucking show, bro. A show, bro. Why are you two be continuing me? Let's just finish this bitch, man. God damn. I'm ready to finish up this damn case. For real.